Alright, so I have a few minutes before work, before I have to get ready for the rest of work. And I just wanted to say something, and this is on the part of Mr. Atheist video about Kate and Morgan's, like, no hugging or kissing before, kissing, um, because that leads to sex and stuff before marriage. Okay, first off, I want to say that they come from a legalistic church background, and so everything they say is what I really don't think they're indoctrinated, but some people take it far too seriously and will talk in ways that a lot of secular people don't understand. So what we should first say is that, well, what we first should establish is that when religious people talk to other religious people, we're going to talk in our religious languages. So, if someone says, "Oh, sex before marriage is a sin," other believers in that faith are going to agree because that's what A, we've always been taught, but B, most people, no, it's not a sin. I mean, I don't feel like it's a sin, but most people know the ramifications of sex outside of marriage, which usually means, oh, you're gonna get an STD or you're gonna get pregnant or, whatever. Now, this does not include rape. Just saying that, just putting that out there first before we get in. That doesn't include rape. Rape is not the victim's fault, it is the criminal's fault, and the criminal can be a man or a woman. I also want to say that I'm a non-denominational Christ follower. I'm not a Christian. I do disagree with the Christian culture, especially when it comes to purity and stuff like that. I do feel like the Christian culture is toxic, but that's something that I need to address in another video, and as to why, and I don't have the thoughts for that right now. So I consider myself a Christ follower. And that basically just means I just believe in Jesus, but I don't call myself a Christian. So, whatever. Or spiritualist. Sometimes I will refer to myself as that because I believe that everyone's spiritual leader and their chosen beliefs, yeah, we'll go with that, exist, but that God basically created them all and they, bow to God. So that is called monotheism, if anyone is interested in that. So you can go look at that up on Google if you want. I'll try to explain it in a video, I guess, in the future. So here's what I want to say. I do feel like Katie and Morgan have taken their views too far. But also, what you need to understand is that they're young kids. Like, they're in their 20s. And I'm sorry, but 20-year-olds mostly don't know their elbow from their butt. And I'm 33, so, I can only say as much as, like, oh, I'm 10 years older than these kids. And someone who's 43 thinks that I don't know my elbow from my butt. And I would agree with them. I don't. I'm still learning. I mean, life is a continual learning process, and this is a life lesson for Katie and Morgan. Is basically, hey, don't say shit on the internet in a way that people don't understand. And here's what I'm going to say about this is that most secular people, we're going with that word because that'll encompass everybody, don't understand religious language. So when I'm talking to another Christ follower and we're talking about the Bible and stuff, we're going to talk in a language that we understand, that we grew up with. So I'm going to say some very Christian like things because I'm talking to another Christ follower. And they're going to talk to me like that. Now, someone who doesn't understand our background or is completely against it, they're going to take it as offensive to them, even though we're not talking to them, we're not talking about them, we're just saying in general, like this is like we're having a general conversation. We might be like unbeliever this or non-Christian this. It basically means the same thing. So we'll be talking in a comfortable language to us, but they'll take it in a completely different light. And that's basically what happened with Katie and Morgan, is that they're talking in religious type of speak, and they don't understand that they're talking to a lot of people that that doesn't include religious people. And so they're saying all this in their religious language, and there's a lot of people who are taking it offensively because they don't understand that Katie and Morgan basically made a religious video for religious people, is basically what happened. So now you have a bunch of atheists on their comment section saying a bunch of stuff and, being judgmental because they're taking umbrage to a couple of people who come from a legalistic type of church background, talking in their legalistic way, which is normal to them. Because that's all they've been around. They haven't been around other people. They haven't learned that they need to change their language just a little bit so that other people understand where they're coming from. But that isn't like I'm not saying that people need to not be offensive, because obviously our faith is offensive to people. But, there's just sometimes you have to change the way you speak to people who aren't in the faith, because they're going to be offended by what you say. And what I also want to say is, like, I don't care what Katie and Morgan think about sex before marriage, because I don't agree with them. They can do it all they want, but they should probably say, it's like, oh, this is just our personal decision and you don't have to do what we do, or, God's not going to hate you because you did something different. I feel like there's a lot of people are just replying to what they feel like is hate from Katie and Morgan, which I don't think is the case. I just think that these are a couple of 20-year-old kids who don't know jack shit and, are saying stuff that they're probably not going to believe in like 10 to 20 years. And then they'll look back on it and be like, oh yeah, that was stupid. Why did we do that? Who knows? They might turn into complete atheists themselves later on down the road. Like they're not thinking about their future, basically. They're just living in the moment, and they're not thinking about the ramifications of what a video will do. So, even if they stay in the faith, they might be a little bit different, They might think, oh yeah, that's a bit too extreme, and our daughters aren't doing that, so, whatever. So that's just how I think the video went. And as for Mr. Atheist, I did watch his video on what they said the first time, and then I watched their reply video. And basically it's just a bunch of YouTube drama, and I think Mr. Atheist shouldn't reply to them and make it bigger. It's kind of like the Onision thing, because basically Onision made a bunch of jerky videos, and then people started commentary videos on it, and then he started replying, and then you get all these stupid reply videos. And it's stupid. It's dumb. Mr. Atheist shouldn't reply to them anymore. Everyone is welcome to make a commentary video. So, if someone made a commentary video on this, I'd be like, whatever. I have work. I got shit I gotta do. You have fun with that. I'm glad you made a commentary video on a video I made on my shitty channel. Okay, if that's where your life is, you guys have fun. I don't care. Literally, I don't care. I already know that I'm hated most of the time because of what I believe in, what my politics are. Yeah, I already know all this, so I just don't care. It would just be another day in my life, basically. But I just want to say that, Mr. Atheist was kind of hurt by his Mormon upbringing, and this is the way he has chosen to handle that. And, all the more props to him. I'm sorry he got hurt by people who thought they were following God and obviously aren't. See, here's the thing with Christ followers. Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses aren't really accepted because we kind of feel like they take the Bible and change it in ways that is sinful, but they don't see it like that. So, it's kind of like one of those contentious things, because, yeah. Oh, okay, well, let's just put it this way. So, Actually, no, I lost my train of thought and I forgot the words. We're not going there. So yeah, I'm not all... I mean, I honestly don't care what people believe. I just feel like you should at least be truthful about most of it. Like, don't lie to me. You wrote a new book to the Bible to explain your founding fathers, like, heat-induced fantasy dream, whatever, that basically says, oh, hey, yeah, men can have all the women they want. I mean, most Mormons don't practice that, but there are a few who do. So yeah, it's like that. We kind of just look at them like, well, if you believe that Jesus rose from the cross and is the only way to heaven, okay, but we have questions. Yes, and also, like, you have things like Jonestown too, where the guy totally abused the Bible and abused these people and made them commit suicide. So, there's lots of things that religion, I'm just gonna have to stop here. But yeah, that's basically what I think about Mr. Atheist and Katie and Morgan, and I'll try to make a follow-up video to explain some other concepts in this video. But anyway, I have to go get ready for work, and you guys have a great day. And, live your life. You have free will. Do what you want. Just don't hurt other people. That's basically how it goes with me. Like, I don't care. Yeah, so. And I do want to make other political videos in the future. I feel like YouTube is very leftist. Somehow I'm always running into these darn leftists. I'm just like, really, you guys? Really? Please stop. Where's Dinesh D'Souza when you need him? All right. Okay.